This is my 7th YouTube Live. I am a, I don't even know what word to use. I used to do TikTok Lives. I was going to say I am a live creator, but I'm also a live creator here on YouTube. So Friday, August 29th, this past Friday, not this past Friday, but August 29th, I did my last TikTok live. I have done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives, y'all. And so, um, hello. Can you tell me how you learned that I was doing my live? I just started at 4 o'clock. Can you tell me how did you scroll? Were you scrolling or did you get a message or something like that? Can you let me know how you learned that? I used to do my lives on TikTok, and TikTok would send notifications to people that the live creator is live. So YouTube doesn't do that. So I want to know how you learned that I was doing my live. And I hope that you will stay because I'm going to be sharing a lot of really good advice that you can use. The title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. So a lot of people are doing a lot of things that are making their lives a lot more difficult than they need to be. So if you could answer my question, I wanted to know how you came across my live. Were you just scrolling through YouTube, or did you get a message that I was live? If you are a subscriber, I would think that you got a message that I was live. So it's still just me and you right now. YouTube says I have one viewer on here. If you could answer that question for me, I sure would appreciate it. How did you learn that I was doing my live? I have another person on now. YouTube is saying I have two people. When I was, where are you from? Now I want to know how you learned that I was doing my live. That's what I would like to know. Because I'm going to be sharing advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. For real. My name is Joyce Fields. I'm 81 years old, and I do lives 5 days a week now. It just popped up on my recommended. Okay, I saw your TikTok post. Okay, wonderful. So it comes up randomly. Okay. So now when you saw my TikTok post, when we scroll, you just pop up. Wow. So nobody, well, I think that possibly my subscribers get some kind of a notification. So I'm new to TikTok. I'm new to YouTube, y'all. I started my YouTube lives on September 1st, Monday, September 1st. This is the second week that I've been doing YouTube lives. I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives. I'm 81 years old. I live the advice I share with y'all, but they have to request a notification. Oh, okay. All right. See, I'm learning this now. Y'all are teaching me a lot because I know how to do these lives, but I don't know all about the intricacies of the social media, on TikTok, I have over, no, it's almost 54,000 followers on TikTok. And now they call them followers on TikTok. They call them, and following is free, but they call them subscribers here on YouTube, and subscribing is free. But YouTube has, I think, some kind of a fan club or something. I was really interested because TikTok is implementing some new rules that I won't be able to follow. So that's why I changed platforms. So now I'm doing my lives here on YouTube. My name is Joyce Fields. Oh, I don't understand all of that, Steve-O. I do not. If once you monetize, I didn't even know you could monetize when I was doing my TikToks. So, but like I said, they implemented some new rules this month, and I won't be able to follow them. And also, they upped the price for subscribing on TikTok. And like I said, subscribing is free. Uh, oh, good. Okay, thank you. So subscribing is free. And when I learned that not only were they implementing rules that I would not be able to follow, they also are going to increase the price for subscribing. So no, I just changed it. And I used to do 2 videos every Sunday for my subscribers only. And I have 125 videos up. And where I have a book of quotes, my simple quotes to live by. I'll show it to you. I close my lives with this book. And I pick a quote. It's 167 quotes that I coined. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. So in the subscriber only videos, I choose a quote from the book and I talk to my subscribers and tell them why I coined that quote. I start getting them saved and put over there. Oh, okay. I really don't understand. So, but I'm just doing my lives, y'all. Like I said, my name is Joyce Fields. I am 81 years old. I do YouTube lives at 4 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday, where I share 4 pillars of advice. Oh, thank you. God bless you too. I share 4 pillars of advice that will help you to undifficult your life. It really will. Now, the advice that I share, I live it. I'm 81 years old. I have been living this advice since I was about 10 years old. So I live this advice. I know that it works. And the Supreme Being has gifted me as the Supreme Being gifts everybody. If you don't know what your gift is, typically it's going to be something that you are very good at and something that you enjoy doing. That is probably going to be your gift. Now, I don't tolerate, this is y'all's word, trolls. I'm 81 years old. This is a new word to me. I don't tolerate trolls. Trolls are the kind of people that truly need to listen to what I have to say. Now, here are the 4 pillars, and you can decide if you want to troll or not. Trolling doesn't bother me. It's a reflection on the trollee or the troller, okay? It doesn't bother me. It's a reflection on you. If you have nothing better to do with the life that the Supreme Being gave you, then you really need to start thinking about the life you are living. To deliberately want to insult or throw ugliness at anybody is a sad way to live your life. So now, here's the 4 pillars that I'm going at. That's enough for the trolls. So if you continue doing that, then you will be removed from my life. It's just that simple. Uh-huh. So now, pillar number 1. Okay, Heavenly Princess, stop doing that or I'm going to remove you. I don't want to hear about that World War, nothing. No politics, no religion on my life. Okay? Yeah, do it, lady, yes. No politics, no religion on my lives. I don't believe in either one. So now, here are the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I'm going to tell you how you do that. Thank you. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old, I'm going to tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. If you are raising toddlers, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, aggravated, or irritated, or anything like that. Okay, so, okay, cut it out. I told you already not to cut it out. Just sit there and listen to what I have to, the advice that I have to share. Cut it out. I don't want any more of it, okay? So, now I will eliminate you. I will block you or whatever. When I hit your name, something comes up and it'll tell me what I need to do, okay? So if you want to hear what I have to say, that's fine. The advice that I have to share. So now, I'm not answering those kinds of questions at all. So pillar number 3, stay calm. See, I remember where I was. Okay, stay calm. So much power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, irritated, frustrated, aggravated, all of that stuff. Now, throughout my life, I do what I call helpful hand visuals. And I call them that because one of my viewers in a live, a TikTok live that I did this year, earlier this year, her name is Jessie Knott, and she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. Now, what she was referring to is I do these with my hands, these gestures with my hands, and in addition to the words coming out of my mouth, and I communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples, all of that from my mind. Oh, you're very welcome, Clara. From my mind to y'all's mind. Now, I know that some of you may need to be convinced, but when I do my lives, when I do the helpful hand visuals, that helps you to see what I am talking about, the concepts, the philosophies, all of that. And when I get to pillar number 3, it's the helpful hand visual that I do for that. Now, Spirit gives me all of these helpful hand visuals. You see, it really does. Spirit gives them to me. You'll see them as I go through. I do one in pillar number 1, but the one that I do in pillar number 3, like I said, when I did it earlier this year on a TikTok live, it blew a lot of the viewers' minds. And when I did it for my man, and it blew his mind, and then I'm trying, okay, remove. So I did it. It blows my mind too, y'all, for real. So you'll see when I get to pillar number 3, that is stay calm. Spirit gives me all of the helpful hand visuals that I do, okay? Now, I said 4 pillars. Pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever ugliness is inside of you. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. So stay with me. I love doing these lives. Monday through Friday, I talk about the 4 pillars, and people come back time and time again because they want to hear me repeat it. Every live I do, I cover the 4 pillars, but every live I do is different, okay? It is. So, like I said, I've done over 500 of them, so, and I have almost 54,000 followers on TikTok. I'm still going to be on TikTok. I post to TikTok every day, but I'm only doing my lives here on, hey, Shells, thank you. I'm only doing my lives here on YouTube because TikTok is changing the rules and I won't be able to follow them. And TikTok also is going to increase the cost for subscribing. And I had subscribers, but I didn't want them to be jammed up with increasing their costs, okay? So now, those are the 4 pillars, and I'm going to tell you. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. It is so easy to do that. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have, y'all. That's it. 2. 2 attitudes that you can have. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That is it. Think about it. You probably never even thought about it. Now, what I have observed, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a deliberate choice that you make. It is a deliberate choice that you make. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you will almost certainly end up with a negative attitude. It's like it's a default. You absolutely have to choose to have a positive attitude. It's a choice. Just about everything in life is a choice. I said just about, okay? So now, positive attitude, negative attitude. You got to choose to have a positive attitude. When you choose to have a positive attitude, all kinds of portals in the universe open up to you. All kinds of good things start coming into your life. And I'm going to show you examples. These are not just words, okay? So now, positive attitude, negative attitude. I coined this quote many lives ago to show y'all the difference between having a negative attitude or having a positive attitude. Here's the quote. If you develop and maintain a negative attitude, you will increase your chances for suffering consequences. Whereas, if you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will increase your chances for receiving rewards. It's just that simple, y'all. Which do you prefer? Do you want to suffer consequences or do you want to receive rewards? I always say that's a duh kind of question. Receive rewards, yes. So almost nothing good, I can't think of anything good that has ever come from having a negative attitude. Nothing. Can you? I don't think you can. Nothing good has ever come from a negative attitude. So I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard me correctly. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like on the count of 3. And you know what? Before I show you what a negative attitude looks like, I'm going to tell you how you develop and maintain a positive attitude. Okay? Now, you write a program. How do you write a program, you ask? You say it out loud. It's just that simple, y'all. Here is what you say in that program. Say it out loud. And I don't care who's around you because it gives you an opportunity to spread positivity, okay? So now here is what you say. Here's the program that you write, and you say this out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You see? Now I'm going to repeat it. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now that means from now on, doesn't matter what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago, what your attitude was like yesterday, last week, whatever, in the past, that doesn't count. The only thing that counts is this moment forward. You understand? See, the past you can't change. You can't deal with any of that stuff. So your program is from now on. That means from this point forward. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Then put your feet on that path to develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to read y'all a list of words that's going to help you to understand more clearly, help me to explain more clearly what I'm trying to communicate to y'all. So now, positive attitude. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. Yes, I repeated that because you may or may not believe it, but I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Now, on the count of 3, I'm going to show you. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. This is what a negative attitude looks like, y'all. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. Now, in the meantime, these are positive elements going through the universe. They are going through the universe constantly, y'all. Constantly. All kinds of good, positive things are flying through the universe, but they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see? When you have a negative attitude, all of this positivity is flying over your head. And when you write that program, when you say those words out loud, this is what you say. This is the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you say that and you mean it from the bottom of your heart, you absolutely mean that you are going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here is what happens. I'm going to count to 3 and show y'all what happens. Okay? 1, 2, 3. This is what happens, y'all. You see, what was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. You see that? Did I convey that message to y'all? Hey, TP, did I convey that helpful hand visual? Was that effective? I want to know if I got that from my mind to y'all's mind. Come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I have 13 people on here. Good, TP, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that quick response. I really appreciate quick responses, y'all, because I run out of time, you know? It's only 90 minutes that I'm on here sharing the advice that I have to share. Anybody else? Thank you, TP. Oh, you're very welcome, Mel. Thank you for the comment. Appreciate it. Okay, anybody else? YouTube says I have 11 people on here now. So, all right, now, I showed y'all what a negative attitude looks like. All kinds of positive stuff flies over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You must choose to have a positive attitude. Thanks, TP. So now, it's a choice. It is totally a choice. I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. I don't do one-on-ones, TP. Thanks for the compliment, though. But listen to the advice that I share. You know, I think that it will help a whole lot of people. You know, I can't think of anybody that the advice that I share wouldn't help. Okay, so now here is the list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. These are words that describe personality traits or personality characteristics. And that it might be you. These words may describe you. But I already said having and developing and maintaining a positive attitude is a choice. So if any of these negative words fit you, you can change that whenever you want to. At the drop of a hat, you can change it. Because what you were yesterday, or what you were 5 minutes ago, or where your attitude was yesterday, or where your attitude was 5 minutes ago, you can just walk up to people and just say, hey, I know how my attitude used to be, but it's different now. Yeah, and you can say it out loud to people that won't believe you, and they can watch you. You see? Nothing wrong with that. Now, here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you, but you can change that if you choose to. Here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Very first word is anger, y'all. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges. Thank you. Are you the one who is full of resentment? Are you the one who holds grudges against other people? That is negative. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to move on to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the liar? Are you the dishonest one? That is negative. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. That's a real big one because a lot of people are walking around full of resentment and holding grudges against other people. Now I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before. Oh, I'm going to get into that as well. So something that you probably have never heard before, and that is, if you are full of resentment and if you hold grudges against other people, you are living in the past. You hear me? You are living in the past because you are holding on to something that happened. Something that happened, this past tense. There is nothing the people who did that to you can do to change it. There is nothing that you can do to change it. Okay? You must forgive them. You absolutely must forgive. You don't forgive for them. You don't forgive for their sake. You forgive for you. You forgive for your sake. Hey, India. So when you hold on to resentment and grudges, it creates what I call an invisible internal burden on your spirit, on your soul. That's what it does. That is why forgiving is for you. It's not for them. You're not doing anything to them, but when you hold on to resentment and grudges, it can put you into bad health. It can put you on medication. It can cause you to not age gracefully. You look older than you are because you are carrying ugliness inside of you. Resentment and grudges, those are ugliness. So now, this is what you can do. Forgive. You don't forgive for them. You forgive for you. Hey, the real happy hearts. Glad you're here. So you don't forgive for them. You forgive for yourself because you are creating internal pressure on your blood, on your cells, on your organs, on your bones, on everything about your being. You must forgive. And it doesn't matter who it is. Yeah, good to see you. It doesn't matter who it is, and it doesn't matter what they did. You must forgive them if you are holding on to it, if you are holding grudges. So now you must forgive them. And I'm going to tell you, no, that you haven't forgiven if you still want revenge. So what I'm going to say might help you, TP, and might help a whole lot of other people. Now, you must forgive them. Now, forgiving them does not mean you welcome them back into your life or you go back into theirs. Forgiving them simply means that you no longer choose to carry the burden of unforgiveness. You no longer wish to carry the burden of holding grudges. And look around you. If you know anybody who is full of resentment or who holds grudges, they probably are not in the best of health. Because, like I said, those two things, and along with a whole lot of other things that I'm on the list that I read, guilt and what else? Regret, arrogance, all of those, all of those things, those are ugly things, evil things. And they harm the person who displays those characteristics, who is that kind of a way. But you can change that. You choose to have a positive attitude. Those are all characteristics of negative attitude. You see? Now, here are words to help you to identify people who probably have a positive attitude, and it might be you as well. Here are these words: joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, faith. You see? So dump all of the ugliness and take on the kindness, the goodness. And it's a choice that you make. But to forgive, you must forgive them. Like I said, it doesn't mean you welcome them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But they can be, if it's a mutual thing, then that's fine. But people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell no. You don't ever forget. You don't ever forget. The real happy hearts, what are you talking about? What is this? I don't even know what that means. You said, what is this? And you got arrows pointing up. I don't understand that. Thank you. I'm still learning. Oh, okay. Well, I am too. We're in the same boat. Okay. Oh, no, see. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay, good. So now, like I said, don't ever forget, but you absolutely must forgive because you're carrying ugliness inside of you, and ugliness harms the person who carries it in their spirit. You see? Okay? So, think about it. Now, I got a lot of content here. All right, positive. Now, I was telling y'all that there's only two attitudes that you can have: a negative attitude, positive attitude. But back to the resentment and holding grudges, you have to forgive. See, I forgot where I was momentarily, but I'm always rewinding, just making sure that I covered what I wanted to cover. So you must forgive. Now, I'm 81 years old, When I was a kid, there was no such thing as text message, no such thing as a video call, no such thing as all this technology stuff that y'all have. So now you can forgive them by sending them a text message or doing a video call. But if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, nothing. You can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. Do you hear me? And I'm going to give you 4 examples of what has happened on my lives that will attest to what I am saying to you right now. You can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe or whatever you call your higher power. I had somebody on here who said, I'm an atheist. Well, that's okay. If you want to believe that you are responsible for taking your next breath, then that's fine. You choose that. So, but here is the way you forgive. Now, the universe was there, or whatever you call your higher power, when the mess happened to you. Think about that. Think about that. The universe was there when it happened. It knows. Now, also, I want y'all to think about this. When I say this, it shakes up a lot of people on my lives. And it causes them to change their behavior. Okay, so now, I'm telling y'all this. The universe or God or the higher power or whatever you call it was there. It sees everything you do right now. It hears everything you say right now. It reads your thoughts right now. Now, when I just said that, did that bring it to y'all's consciousness that the higher power sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and can read your thoughts, knows your thoughts, not can read them. They know, the higher power knows your thoughts. So does that cause you to change y'all's behavior? Ah, okay. Hi. Hey, the Real Happy Hearts. Come on, give me some more responses. Thanks, the Real Happy Hearts. Thank you for the response. Come on. Hey, Jeanette. Come on, y'all. Give me some more responses. When I said that, the higher power sees everything you do and hears everything you say and reads and knows your thoughts. Yes, omnipresent. That's correct. But did when I said that, did it shake you up and bring you into consciousness that that is a fact? When I do that every live I do, I get a lot of people that say that it shook them up. And it brought them into consciousness that the higher power sees everything they do, hears everything they say, and knows their thoughts. Okay? So now, knowing that, it is a fact. The higher power, the universe. When I say the higher power, I'm talking about God or the universe. And when I say the universe, I'm talking about the higher power. I use them interchangeably, okay? So you can call whatever you want to call it, but you know what I'm talking about. You can say this out loud to the universe. Now, I hope everybody believes in the universe. So say it out loud. And again, I don't care who's around you, because some people may be around you that know about the mess that happened to you, and they can help you pass the word that you forgave the people. Okay? So say this out loud. Here's what you say out loud. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat it. Now use the hand the way that I did it as well. That symbolizes touching the universe or touching spirit. And I'm going to give you 4 examples of what has happened on my lives. I love these examples. Here, I'm going to repeat it. using my hand as well. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. That's all you have to do, because the universe hears you. The universe knows, it knows. So I have 4 examples to share with y'all. Example number 1, a young lady on my live said that she forgave her dad like that, and she immediately burst into tears. Another young lady said that she forgave herself like that. And you can forgive yourself as well. If you are holding on to something that you should be forgiven for, you can use that to forgive yourself. And she immediately burst into tears. The third one was a young man. He said that he forgave, and I don't remember if it was himself or others. It may have been both. And he felt a shift in his spirit. Yes. Now, the 2 that immediately burst into tears, they immediately burst into tears because, like I told y'all, when you carry resentment and when you hold grudges against other people, okay. When you hold grudges against other people, it creates an internal, invisible burden in your spirit, in your soul. It's like pressure. You don't even realize you're carrying it, but it has become a part of your makeup, but you can get rid of it when you forgive. Now, the third, the young man who's, okay, I told you the 2 that burst into tears because, now here's what I told y'all, it creates pressure, internal pressure. Now, the Shelster says it's a pressure release valve. When you forgive, it's like that valve gets released and you're releasing that pressure of carrying that burden of resentment and grudges. And here it goes when you could forgive. Psst. It just fizzles, okay? That is why they broke down and they immediately burst into tears. Now, the 4th example is a young lady by the name of Patricia. Patricia had been watching my lives, and she had been carrying a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. You heard that correctly. She had been carrying a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. That's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days, birthdays, and all of that they didn't spend together. This past Mother's Day in May, they spent together. She forgave her mother. She forgave her mother, and they spent it together. And she came up as a guest on my TikTok live. Hi. And shared the experience with us on my live. And it just warmed my heart tremendously. I got so full. I didn't boo-hoo, but I got so full that the advice that I shared brought her and her mother back together. That's just a wonderful thing. So when you forgive, people change. That person could become or could have become a person that you would admire or respect or whatever, So forgive. But again, forgiving doesn't mean you have to go back into their lives or welcome them back into yours, you see? But forgive for yourself. Release that pressure, y'all, and forgive yourself or anybody that has wronged you, okay? That's the best way to do it. Just forgive. All right, now, back to positive attitude, negative attitude. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. First, I'm going to ask y'all, did that help y'all? That resentment and holding grudges, forgiving, Did that help you? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Be a little quicker with your responses, as quick as you can be anyway. Did that help you? That the advice that I shared about forgiving? You forgive for yourself. You don't forgive to let them off the hook. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Come on. Any more? The real happy hearts, thank you very much. Okay. I don't guess I'm going to get any more. I'll be waiting so sometimes they're slow. I don't understand this, but so now. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, now, I was going to tell y'all something. I was saying that nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. I'm going to ask you a question, and I only want responses that say no. Okay, I don't want, if you have been on my lives before and you already know what I'm getting ready to say, then please don't respond. Just sit there and smile knowing that you already know, okay? So here is the question. I only want responses that state no. Here is the question. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. Ratio. Give me some responses. Come on, y'all. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? I'm going to explain what a ratio is. I'm going to explain thoroughly. You will totally get it. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? And I'm only looking for responses that say no. Come on. Come on, y'all. Be a little bit quicker with y'all's responses. I'm hoping that you'll be responding. Come on. Come on, y'all. Give me some responses. Here's the question. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? Come on, y'all. I only want no responses or responses that state no. Come on. All right, now. Come on. Wow, I'm not getting any responses at all. And I would think that I've waited long enough that I should be getting some responses. Come on, y'all. I'm going to ask the question again. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. Come on, y'all. Give me some responses. Be a little quicker with y'all's responses, please. Good morning. I hope you have a lovely day. Okay. Hey, Brianna. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? If you've already, okay. All right, good. Thank you, Brianna. Anybody else that didn't know? I'm going to fully explain it. Come on. Okay, here is what a ratio is: a very simple tool that will definitely, I said it will definitely, okay, help you to better control your life. I'm going to repeat it. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. Now, a ratio, you set it yourself. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. You see, it is controllable only by you. You set your own ratio. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what my ratio is, and that will explain it even more. I told you nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. You live your life by a ratio. And if you didn't know that you live your life by a ratio, you probably lean more towards the negative attitude. Okay? So now, My ratio is 80-20. 80-20. 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I am okay. I didn't say I was happy. I'm okay with being in the negative attitude mode. You see? Now, back over to the, yes, 80-20. Back over to the positive attitude mode. That is correct. It's all about balance, always. See, you have to see, some people on my lives have chosen their ratio to be 75-25 or 60-40 or whatever. It all has to come out to be 100%. So like I said, nothing, no attitude. You can't have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and you can't have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio, whether you know it or not. But knowing that you live your life by a ratio will definitely help you to better control your life. So now, my ratio is 80-20. I don't own that. Anybody can choose 80-20 if that suits you. 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. And I told you how you write a program, and I'm going to tell you even more. 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is honest, what is considerate, what is kind, all of those things. 80% of the time. Now back over to the negative, that part of the ratio. Mine is 20%. Okay, now 20% of the time, I am okay being in that negative attitude mode. But that negative attitude mode can never, ever include physical abuse. That means you cannot hit anybody. It means you cannot throw things. That negative attitude mode can never include verbal abuse. That means you cannot cuss anybody out. That means you cannot insult anybody. That negative attitude mode can never include ugly tone of voice. Thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice, and I did. And now I'm 3 things it can never include, and that includes is a negative, ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. See? So those 3 things: no physical abuse, no verbal abuse, and no ugly tone of voice. Oh, thank you, Brianna. I appreciate that. So, as long as those 3 things, are not involved in your negative attitude, that ratio that you set, you're doing okay. So, now, did that help y'all? That ratio, knowing that you live your life by a ratio, did that help? Come on, give me some responses. I know Brianna. She said, I love your teachings. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Come on, did that help? Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Yes, with an exclamation mark. Okay. Thanks, Brianna. Okay, come on, y'all. Anybody else? Did that help anybody else? Come on. Did that ratio help anybody else? Did it help you to better control your life? Are you going to be able to use that? Come on, y'all. Shells, I'm telling you, and the real happy hearts, okay. I gotta see if YouTube is gonna, if people on YouTube is gonna be, they're not very responsive. So, but I'm gonna keep going. Okay. So now, I was telling you, you can change any behavior that you have by writing a program. And how do you write a program? You say it out loud. Hi, Ray. Say it out loud. Good. So you I'm going to give you a false scenario. But now I'm telling you, you can change any behavior that you have by writing a program. And you can only change your own behavior. You cannot change other people's behaviors. You cannot do it. You can only change your own. And I think that's part of the problem of the world. A lot of people trying to change other people's behaviors, and no. And the other people that you're trying to change the behavior looking at you saying you need to be working on you. You see? Okay? And that's what we need to be doing. We all need to be working on ourselves, on improving ourselves. And the 4 pillars of advice that I share help you to do exactly that. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the 4 pillars again, but I'm going back to pillar number 1, which I've covered pretty much. But I'm going to tell you how you write a program to change your own behavior. The 4 pillars are: pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told you how you do that. I'm telling you as well, I'm still in the process. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that, but I always start with the toddlers. Increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. When you become angry, you lose your power. Angry, frustrated, all of that. And then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, all of that stuff. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Now, back to pillar number 1. I told you, I'm going to tell you how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. I'm going to show you by using the example that's not true of my behavior, and I'm going to tell you what the scenario is, or what the behavior is, and then what the program is that I write for it. You understand? So you can use this example for any kind of behavior that you have that you want to change, that you have, not other people, okay? So here is the example. Here is the behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. It's not true. I'm just using it for an example. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Excuse me. Excuse me, I got to get some water. I remember where I was. Excuse me. I'm going to start over. Here's the behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Here's the program that I write. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And then tomorrow comes, you eat 10 cookies. The next days, weeks go by, you still eating 10 cookies. Now, using my 80-20 ratio, that means that 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11. I can go up to 12. But you see, when you write those programs, excuse me, you will want to honor whatever percentage of that ratio you assign to being positive and honoring your programs. Do you understand? Did I convey that accurately from my mind to y'all's mind? Did I convey that accurately? Come on, give me some responses. Give me some responses, y'all. Be quicker with your responses. I'm hoping that people will be a little bit faster with the responses. Come on, y'all. Did I convey that? Oh, good. Thank you, Ray. Okay, anybody else? Oh, thanks, Brianna. Okay. That's about all I'm gonna get, I think. Okay. All right. So I'm a very patient person. So now that's one thing for sure. Now, that is how you write a program to change any behavior that you have. You can't change other people's behaviors. Okay? So now, Spirit came to me, okay, good, in the month of June. and said, Joyce, there's such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? Yeah. Spirit described it to me, explained it to me. Inner peace and outer peace. I never heard of outer peace before June of this year. I never heard of outer peace. But here's the way it goes. Inner peace can never be disturbed. It can never be destroyed. Once you get inner peace, and you must have a positive attitude to get inner peace. You must have a positive attitude for spirit to come to you. You do. That's what I have observed. So you must have a positive attitude. Hi, naughty. So inner peace can never be disturbed or destroyed because it is sown into the fabric of your soul, of your spirit, once you develop and maintain a positive attitude. It cannot, you're like a rock. That's what your inner peace is for you. It's like an anchor. You can't sway too far from your core. Okay? So, outer peace can be disturbed. Outer peace can be destroyed. Hey, Australia. Outer peace is, let's say you are studying or you're trying to sleep. Those are the two examples I always use. Studying or trying to sleep, and somebody's making noises and disturbing your peace, your ability to study or to sleep, whatever. There's even a law on the books for disturbing the peace. You can call the police on people who are disturbing the police. Disturbing the police, disturbing the peace. Okay, so that is outer peace. Now, if anybody in your family is disturbing your outer peace, remember, if you have a positive attitude, your inner peace cannot be disturbed or destroyed, you see? So if anybody is disturbing your peace, let's say it's usually somebody in your family, but it's minor kinds of things, you know. So like I said, inner peace, if you got it, it cannot be destroyed or disturbed. So, but people in your family do things that get on your nerves. Let's just put it that way, get on your nerves, okay? So you must tell them that what they are doing or saying is disturbing your peace, is getting on your nerves, okay? They are not obligated to change their behavior, though. You got to remember that. And when you tell them, you can't cuss them out. You must be kind. You must be diplomatic. So you say words like this, words to this effect. Now, you know I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, like I told you, they're not obligated to change their behavior, but you're obligated to tell them. Now, you watch them carefully to see if they're going to change their behavior. If they don't, then you are obligated to come back at them and say words to this effect. Now, I must protect my peace. I told y'all, I love y'all dearly, but when y'all say such and such, or when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. And y'all are still saying it, and y'all are still doing it. That leaves me no choice. I absolutely must protect my peace. Oh, wonderful. I must protect my peace. And so I give y'all three options. Option one, I got to feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option two, I have to love y'all from a distance. Or option three, I have to stop coming around y'all. You can come up with your own option four, okay? So, but nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace. That includes your own mama. Now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, now all of these things take place after you write that program, after you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. All of these actions, when you dealing with your family members disturbing your peace, when you're dealing with your mama disturbing your peace. These actions take place after you have said these, after you've written that program. So here's your mama disturbing your peace. And here you are getting your peace disturbed. You tell your mama. Now, this is after you've written that program. From now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. After you've said that, you tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly, but when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And some mamas would say, what peace? You ain't got no peace, you know. So that's mama, and leave her alone. When you wrote that program, when you said, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raised your frequency. You raised your vibration. Your mama is still down here doing this, you see? But you're way up here. You're no longer on this level. You're up here. I don't have time to read that long comment. So now you're up here. So you're up here. Now you're always able to look at, once you write that program, you're always able to look at people's behavior and realize that you have raised your frequency, you have raised your vibration. It doesn't bother you. Now, a lot of people will try to rattle your chain, try to pull your chain, words to that effect. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't allow them to do that. Don't give people that kind of power. Nobody should be able to rattle your chain or disturb your peace. You see? So if it's something, get on your nerves, but fine, you can sort all of that out. Nothing is worth your anger. Nothing is worth your getting your peace disturbed. You can separate from people. So that is my advice. I'm 81 years old, y'all, and I've been using this advice ever since I was about 10 years old. It works for me. If it works for me, it can work for y'all. Okay, so now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Now, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Did y'all get something out of that? I shared that with y'all. That's how you develop and maintain a positive attitude. Can y'all use that? Come on, give me some responses. Uh-huh. Good, Michael. Thank you. Wonderful. Fabulous. Thank y'all. So now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. If you're raising toddlers, here's the way you do it. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Still on the timer every time you do it. Do that for several times, 5 minutes. Stretch it to 10 minutes, several times, still on the timer. Now, if you go all the way up to an hour, so you will not only be teaching that toddler patience, you will be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. You see? And it is a blessing to have a patient toddler. It's a blessing to have a patient 5-year-old. That child will be patient for all of its life because the patience was instilled when it was a toddler. So now, Spirit came to me and told me I can show y'all how to teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, it requires a piece of paper and something to write with. So I'm going to drink some water for about 10 seconds. I'll be counting to 10 while I drink this water, and then I'll tell you the little fun exercise. It's very simple, very fun. I'll be right back. Excuse me. That was about 10 seconds or so. Here's the exercise. On that piece of paper, write down the time that it is right now, whatever time zone you're in. Put the paper away, and at some point in the near future, guess what time it is. At that point, then you will do this a lot. Do this several times every day, all day long. I do it all day long, every day, all day. I don't need a piece of paper or anything to write with, so it will become a habit. You will no longer be shocked when you look at the clock or at your watch. One young lady said that she would look at the clock and jump. So no, do this. That exercise will help you to learn how to feel time. You will teach yourself how to feel elapsed time. Can y'all use that? Come on, give me some responses. Can you use that? Come on. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I got 13 people on here. Oh, good. I can always count on Michael and Brianna. Oh, good, Helen of Troy, thank you. Yeah, okay, that's wonderful. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's good. Great. That's wonderful. Spirit gives me these ideas, y'all. Spirit caused me to write 9 books. I've written 10 books. I wrote the first one on purpose. And let me tell you, I had no clue I was going to write 9 other books. Check it out, y'all, goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. I had no idea. That was not a goal of mine. It was not a desire of mine. I have written 10 books. The first one I wrote on purpose because I'm the oldest of 7. And I wanted to document the way that our parents raised us. And so that's the reason why I wrote my first book. I wanted to document the way our parents raised us. And the other 9 books, Spirit did that. And let me tell y'all something. I wrote 9 books, and I wrote my first one in 1997. And I got to figure that out, how many years in between I wrote all of those books. I had no clue I was going to write those books. Spirit did that. And let me tell you, when I sat down to write them, the words just poured out of me, like Spirit stored it up. It boggles my own mind, for real. Check out the books, y'all. They are flying off the shelves because people are coming onto my lives and they're learning about the books. 11 nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. 9 different genres, not subgenres, y'all. 9 different genres. Memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Okay? So now, if you're raising toddlers, I recommend this book, Mother's Dozen, An Easy Recipe for Raising Great Kids. I had it translated into Spanish, Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish, so this book is 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire for real. And I talk about that because I'm talking about patience, teaching toddlers patience. And this book has a chapter on patience. And I'm going to read you the last paragraph of the chapter on patience. According to science, the human brain has not changed in 20,000 years. The fact that this is the 21st century should have absolutely no bearing on how we raise our children when it comes to those things that will give them a solid foundation. As mothers, we must do everything we can to send them out into the world standing confidently on their own 2 feet. I pray that Mother's Dozen can help to guide young mothers in attaining positive, healthy interactions with their children. It's hard work, but the rewards are endless. And that's what I say about patience. Okay, now if you're 10 years old or older, the way you teach yourself patience is you write a program and you say it out loud, as always. Here's what you say. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. That's it. I am increasing my level of patience. You say all of those kinds of things, okay? And especially if it's something that you are fiending for, you just absolutely have to have it, especially if it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that is wonderful. Excuse me, drinking that water. That is wonderful because it means that you are stronger than whatever it was or is. You always were stronger, but you never challenge yourself. Make yourself wait. Teach yourself how to be patient. It's a wonderful virtue to have. Now, pillar number 3. Stay calm. Stay calm. That's pillar number 3. There is so much power in your ability to stay calm. You absolutely must stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, frustrated, aggravated, or any of those kinds of things. You lose your power. Spirit came to me and told me when I'm doing pillar number 3, I was talking about staying calm. And Spirit said, use the word neurons. I had never, ever used the word neurons in any of my, at this point, it's over 500 TikTok lives I had done. My last one I did on August 29th. I only post on TikTok now. I only do lives on my YouTube. I don't do lives on my TikTok anymore. But I've done over 500 TikTok lives. And I love doing these lives. So, staying calm. The Spirit told me to use the word neurons. And I had never used that before, used that word. I knew that neurons were a part of the brain function or, something like that, but I didn't know all that stuff, So I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. So Spirit told me this. Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals, y'all. This is a helpful hand visual. These are your neurons. Your neurons are gliding past each other smoothly. They're communicating with each other. They're just helping to keep you calm. And when you're calm. Spirit gave me this helpful hand visual as well. Here's what your neurons look like when you are angry. Look. This is what your neurons look like when you're angry, y'all. Spirit gave me those helpful hand visuals during my live. So that was between 4 and 5:15 a.m. Later on that evening, Spirit came back to me and said, here's my hand. Honest to goodness. Spirit came back to me and said, look up what neurons do. I never would have looked up what neurons do, but I obeyed. Oh, yes. I looked it up. I Googled it. And this is what Google says. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That's why you can't think straight. That's why you can't make good decisions. That's why you can't make good choices. Your neurons can't communicate with each other. Your neurons can't compute information. Your neurons can't make decisions. You see? They can't help you. That's what they do. They help you to do these things. Fear is non-existent. That's only in your mind. You know, your mind can play a whole lot of tricks on you. There's nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. Everything in life is a challenge. It's not a problem. It's a challenge. You must work to overcome your challenges. That's all. There's nothing to fear. Somebody said there's nothing to fear but fear itself. No. Fear really is, no. It's in your mind. And you can make mountains out of molehills. No. Well, so I can't speak on that because I have never experienced that. So, but the way that I have learned it, fear is a product of your own imagination. Now, if you're a domestic violence victim, I can't address that. So now, that is pillar number 3. Maintain your calmness. Stay calm. You must stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry or agitated or aggravated or anything like that. You know, you lose that power. So now, pillar number 4, the last pillar. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your anxiety, your stress, your panic, anger, frustration, or whatever. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. Nothing is permanent in this life. Nothing. Not even us. We use the word pass when we're talking about death. We'll say he passed last week. She passed yesterday. You see? Nothing lasts. Everything ends. That's wisdom. I don't know what I said I'm glad that you think that, but I don't know. I say a whole lot, Helen of Troy, and I can't possibly keep track of all the sentences that I said before. Yes, I don't ascribe to that stuff that what they talk about. So yeah, but it's all in your head. So now, this too shall pass. The next time your mama is chewing you out, the next time your daddy is chewing you out, they cannot read your mind. Stand there or sit there and be getting chewed out and be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or, this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. You see, this too shall pass. I say it all the time. That's what keeps me from getting angry. Over the top. I get pissed off, but I never get out of control angry where I'm just losing it. Oh Lord, I cannot, I can't stand that if I was to do that kind of stuff. No, it's not in my personality. And hopefully it won't be in yours after you've listened to my lives a couple of times. It's not worth it. Anything that gets you upset, you always calm down. You understand that? So, wonderful. Yeah. So here, let me tell you, there's 3 steps involved. The stuff happens. You get upset and the stuff stops or goes away or whatever. That's 3 steps, y'all. I eliminate the other 2. I never get upset. I do get upset. I never get angry. See, to me, there's a difference between angry and upset. There's degrees of this stuff, you know? So upset, you still have some relative calm about you, but you're upset, you know? And sometimes I'll even say, yeah, I got to calm down. I got to think about this, you know? So yeah, I say it out loud. Talk to yourself. That ain't nothing wrong. People would think you crazy. That's okay. You ain't. Yeah, so what do you think saying the programs out loud? You know, from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Say that out loud. And I don't care who's around you. Spread positivity, y'all. Okay? So now I'll have another thing for y'all. When somebody says something negative to you, don't say something negative back, because then you're spreading negativity. You're raising the level of negativity. Here's what you do. Here's what I suggest. My advice is this. When somebody says something negative to you, oh, wow, thank you. Say something along these lines. Don't attack them. Don't attack what they said or did. Instead, just simply state how it impacts you. Just say words to this effect. Ooh, I don't like the way that sounds. Or, ooh, I don't like the way that makes me feel, or what that makes me think about. I'm working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I reject that. You see, you didn't attack them. You didn't attack what they did or said. All you did is reject whatever they said or did. I reject that. You didn't attack anything. So when they say something negative to you, don't say something negative back. Just say instead, oh, I don't like the way that makes me feel. I don't like what that makes me think about. I'm working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I reject that. They can't get mad, you see? So you're defending your own position, your own attitude, okay? So thank y'all for joining my live. And I want y'all to work on these 4 pillars. Implement them in your life. Undifficult your life. That is the title of my lives. Oh, thank you. Say, now, I take screenshots because my man is sleeping right now. And I'm going to tell y'all about him because me and my man have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. We have been together for 68 years. We've been married. We just celebrated 58 years of marriage on June 3rd. And we've been together since we were both 13 years old. His name is Pap, P-A-P. His real name is Fred. So we've been together since we were both 13 years old. Joyce, you make our advice easy to understand. That's what I try to do, Michael. Wonderful. I'm blessed. That's my gift. That's one of my gifts, Michael, and everybody else. That's one of my gifts. So we've been together since we were both 13 years old. He'll turn 82 on the 22nd. He'll turn 82. I turned 81. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm so happy to be 81 years old, y'all. I turned 81 on February 4th. I got a video on my TikTok as a pinned video on my 81st birthday wearing a mini skirt. Oh, I was talking to one of my cousins today, and I have a reputation. I've been wearing mini skirts ever since they came out in the 1960s. I ain't never stopped wearing them. Love me some mini skirts. Pap does too. So now, we've been together 68 years. And he says that I'm a fabulous cook. He says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. And 2 of my books have 22 pages of my own recipes in them. Those books are Line of Serenity and The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. So check it out. Go up and check out in my profile. So now I wanted to always emphasize y'all should be implementing these 4 pillars. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. My whole thing is this. When I do lives and I write books that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And I like to think that everybody on my lives wants to do something to make the world a better place. And these 4 pillars, they don't cost anything. It costs not 1 penny. And you will be contributing towards making the world a better place. Don't you think that if more people developed and maintained a positive attitude, that the world would be a better place? Don't you think that if more people increase their level of patience, that the world would be a better place? Don't you think that if more people stayed calm, the world would be a better place? And don't you think that if more people recognize and use those 4 words, this too shall pass, that the world would be a better place? So I hope that y'all will use those 4 pillars. And now I'm closing out my live, and I always close it out with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. And it's 167 quotes that I coined. Oh, thank you, Helen of Troy. I'm trying to raise my subscriber numbers too, because I have over almost 54,000 followers on TikTok, but I only have like 200 and some subscribers here on, and I understand you have to have 1,000 subscribers to do something or other. I don't know what it is. I'm 81 years old, y'all. I don't know all the intricacies of social media. I know how to do a live though. Okay, so now here's the first quote that I ever coined. I was 15 years old. Never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. 9th graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. And that's what I said. I don't recall saying it, and I didn't know that I was coining a quote, but that's what I said. So now, the way this book is formatted, it's 90 pages. The quotes are in all caps, 2 quotes per page, separated by a black and white picture. Now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I coined in 2011 or 2013. This was for a quote contest. It was for a calendar. So I coined the quote and submitted it to the contest. And it won as one of 12 for a calendar out of over 5,000 entries, y'all. Over 5,000 entries. So I posted to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. Chase your dream, or dreams in some cases, more than one. Now I'm going to open up the floor. This book is 90 pages. 90, the page 90 says the end. So pages 6 to 89, y'all can throw out page numbers and I will read the 2 quotes on that page to give y'all a taste of a sample of what these quotes are all about. And all 167 of them I coined. So give me some page numbers, y'all, and I will, pages 6 to 89. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught is on page 11. So come on, y'all, give me some page numbers, and I will read the quotes on that page, the 2 quotes on that page. Anybody gonna give me some page numbers? If not, then I'm going to get on off of here. I'm gonna wait a few more seconds to see if anybody's gonna give me some page numbers. Okay. All right, y'all. Okay, well, thank you for joining my live. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. It's the last one that I'll do for the week. Okay, thanks, y'all. Later.